You have been programmed, you have been conditioned to think a certain way, and honestly, it wasn't your fault. But it is your responsibility to make it better. How does this happen? So, from our past, our circumstances, people around us, when we were kids, we got positively reinforced for certain behaviors and negatively reinforced for other behaviors. And whatever we were positively reinforced for, we continued. And also another aspect is that we modeled other people. Let's say we saw our dad do something good, like he held the door open for someone and they smiled at him and were like, "Oh, thank you so much." Then you will think, "Oh wow, I'm gonna copy my dad because he's such a great person. I'm gonna do that as well." And then you start doing that, and now you have been programmed, you've been conditioned to think, to believe that holding the door for someone is a good action to do. And let's say for negative reinforcement, you maybe you hit your sibling and your parent came over and smacked you. And you started to cry. So then you got a negative reinforcement of saying, don't ever do that again. And then that's how you've been programmed. And you hold on to that stuff, and the more you remember it, the more it stacks and more of a solidified experience it becomes as time goes on. And we have stuff with all of these things. Let's say you were someone that bites nails and somebody would be like, "Why are you biting your nails?" And then you got scared and you had that feeling of like anxiousness every time you bit your nails. It happened every single time. Then you're going to start developing the habit. When you bite nails, you feel afraid, like, what if somebody judges me? Something along those lines. And people have different things that happen based off their experiences, based off their natural tendencies. But the thing is, all of these can be changed, because if something can happen, then something new can happen as well. That's how you can think about it. So this is how the mind works. Let's say, so something happens, the mind remembers it, and it just keeps on regurgitating what it's consumed. Your mind it does not create anything. It takes information that already exists all over the place, and it synthesizes, it organizes information, and it makes it into order. It takes chaotic ideas, like random things, and it makes it into something that makes sense. That's the only purpose of the mind. It cannot create thoughts, it cannot create. It can simply organize what already exists. So the mind cannot create its own ideas. It simply synthesizes what already exists. It makes judgments on all the different pieces of information that it has. So let's say something happened where we're like, "Oh, I want to lose weight, but it's not possible to lose weight." Your mind made the judgment, it generalized, because I see so many other people that can't lose weight, and they are like so smart, and they're such good people, and they're this and they're that. And even my school health teacher is fat. She can't even lose weight. So it's impossible for someone like me to lose weight. So we make judgments based off past references. So that's the thing. If you change your references, you can change your outcome. If you come up with new experiences that prove a different path instead of the old one, then you can have a new experience and a new outcome in life. The mind is like a garden. You plant seeds, or someone plants a seed, and if you believe it, if you take it as truth, your mind will keep on regurgitating it and growing the idea. So let's stick with that past example. Let's say you believe, or someone one time, you overheard a parent saying, "Oh, it's so hard to lose weight," when you were like, whatever, 6 years old. "Oh, it's so hard to lose weight. It's not possible. It's so difficult. It's too hard for me. I have this genetic thing. I have big bones," whatever it is. And so because you've had so many experiences, your mind just takes it in, because you're just 6 years old. You don't really make judgments on what's true information and what's not. You don't have not enough experiences, not enough references to make judgment. You just take the first thing that you have and you make the best of it. So just because that was the first thing that you heard, now you take it as truth. It becomes ingrained in your core beliefs, and you don't change it. But the thing is that as we grow, we should be updating our maps of reality, how we view things. Because that's the whole point of growth, that's the whole point of life, to expand our perspective, expand how we view everything. So when we believe something is impossible, we have to understand that we only believe it's impossible because that's what we've experienced in the past. But the past, what happened in the past, you were younger, you weren't as smart, you weren't as experienced or as understanding. You didn't have the resources you needed to see the bigger picture. But maybe now you do. So there's a specific goal that you want or a specific outcome that you want in your life right now. And I'm sure you've been thinking about it, but there's something that's holding you back, one limiting belief, something that your mind keeps regurgitating like, oh, this, you can't do this, you can't do that. It's too difficult, it's not possible for someone in my situation. It's all nonsense that just you picked up from the past. Your mind took a bunch of different pieces and it made it into a belief. The thing is, once you learn to break these beliefs, once you realize that what the mind is telling you is not the truth, then you'll realize that you aren't your mind. You are the one that experiences what your mind is telling you. So let's just step back for a couple of minutes. We have two tools that we're going to focus on for this video. We have the mind and we have the body. When we give these things proper fuel, they behave in the proper way. But let's say you don't give them proper fuel, they're going to constantly be in like a survival situation, survival state of being. So to keep it very simple, like your body, if you give it absolute trash all the time, you're going to have low energy. You're going to be so much more likely to get sick. You're going to, like short term, like colds and that type of stuff, and even long term, like cancer, diabetes, all that stuff. So when you don't give it the proper fuel, it cannot help you, it cannot serve you, and it's essentially against you because it's not helping you move forward. And same thing with the mind. Your mind is also a tool. It is not you. You are not your body or your mind. You are the one that controls your body and the body and the mind. You decide what happens. You are the decision maker. So your mind, for example, negative fuel for your mind would be like somebody telling you you're a loser, screaming at you what's wrong with you, or being like, why are you so stupid? Why are you so bad at this? Like these are all negative seeds that people plant. Friends, parents, circumstances, people at your job, whatever it is. And if you believe it in your mind, because it's in a survival mode, it's going to keep on regurgitating it and being like, why am I like this? Why am I like this? And it's only going to hold you back because you did not watch your mind. You allowed someone to plant these seeds instead of just accepting what they said and letting it pass through you. Instead, you held on to it like, no, I'm not this, or no, I'm not this, or yes, I am this. Either way, it's bad because you're holding on to it. You're fighting it instead of just letting it pass. So there are different strategies and tactics to learn how to basically leverage the two biggest tools that you have. These tools are here for you to become the best version of yourself or connect to your soul, the deepest part of yourself. That is all they're here for. If you identify with them, if you say you are the mind, you are your thoughts, or you are your body, then you're going to lose sight of all the freedom that you have. They are simply like how can I describe it? Like a hammer or like a physical tool that you use to build something. That's all that your mind and body are. They're like soldiers. They're like your soldiers, and if you identify it, like let's say as a soul, the soul, you are like the commander, you're the captain. You tell your mind your what to do and your body what to do. In a couple of minutes here, I'm going to tell you exactly how you do that, how you make your mind and body do what you want, because a lot of people don't actually have influence over them because they're not doing the things that are necessary. So I'll get to that in a moment. The main focus I want you to take away from this video is that you need to feed your mind the right things. Because when you feed the mind the right things, the programming, the patterns that your mind just regurgitates, whether it says, oh, you're so good at this, or, oh my God, what's wrong with you? It's a totally different experience. Or how can I appreciate this moment even more? Or what if something goes wrong? Like these are two totally separate sides, and you can choose how your experience comes up. Is it going to be like this or like that? So now, how do you control it? How do you control these things? It's about what you feed it. So how do you control what feeds into your mind and body? What are you supposed to do? So it comes down to 4 elements: the words that you use to yourself and to others, the questions that you ask yourself. Do you ask weak, bad questions? Like, let's say you had some type of setback, like you tried a business, or your workout routine isn't working. Do you ask, like, why do I never win? Why do I never get the result? Like, these are really bad questions. Instead of asking, how can I get better? What's the next step I can take? How can I improve? These are better questions, just as an example. So better words, more colorful words, more fuller words. Like, when someone asks you, how are you? Don't say not bad, can't complain. Say amazing or jubilant, okay? So, like, better words, ask yourself better questions, feed yourself better food, because you need to make sure that you're a soldier, your body is powered up, has energy, it has everything it needs to listen to you. Otherwise, it cannot listen to you if it does not have enough fuel, because it's going to be in a survival state of being. Okay? So proper food and then proper movement. You need to move your body. It's these 4 elements. If you master these 4 patterns in your life, then your mind and body become your tools to use for whatever you want, instead of constantly having to battle them. And one more bonus that you can add is mindfulness, meditation practices to keep you and bring you to the present moment. Because what they allow you to do, they give you the freedom to notice that your mind and your body are not you. They are tools. And you are the decision maker that can be like, oh, I need this part. This thought is good. That thought, I can just let it be and put it aside. Or your body. I get this feeling from my body. I want to expand this feeling. I want to feel it more. I want to use it more. I want to do more of these movements and less of those movements. Like, mindfulness allows you to discern and decide which patterns you want to continue and which patterns you just want to put away or just let them be. All right? So I give you lots of tools. I give you lots of different things that you can use. Some action steps just so you can walk away feeling like there's something you can add to your life today. Start doing some mindfulness. Start meditating. You can start with 1 minute a day if that's what you're comfortable with. The goal should be anywhere from around 10 minutes every day. I'm sure you can find a guide on how to do that on YouTube or something. So meditate 10 minutes a day. Write down 2 new questions that you can ask yourself every single morning to feel so much more appreciation and hunger for life. Like, what am I really, and you have to say it with a tonality. What am I really looking forward to today? Or what am I so grateful for this morning? Or what can I be even more grateful for in my life? This will change your programming. It changes the way that you think and view everything. And start doing movements that just wake you up. Maybe as soon as you wake up, do some push-ups. Do some things that wake you up, allow you to move more. And then the last part was the movement. And you better do these things. These are 3 amazing things so far that you do them, they will change your life. It's about the consistency as well. And the 4th thing is food. What works for me, just eat whole foods. Don't overcomplicate it. Eat foods that your ancestors would have eaten 100 years ago. Do not eat any of the crap from today. It's not, just don't do it, okay? It's not real food. So those are the 4 things. I gave you action steps. Take advantage of them. They will change your life. I'll see you in the next video. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.